Chase Tree and Tractor Service with 25 years of experience in tree removal. Serving the Midcoast of Maine, licensed and insured Maine arborist. Whether it's a pesky blowdown or a hard-to-get tree that needs removal. When you need an experienced professional, Jake Chase is the man for the job. Call 207-242-8961 or email him at chasetreeandtractorservice.jc@gmail.com.
LCTV is your nonprofit community media station. Please donate at lctv.org to keep us strong. Thank you.
One, two, three, four. Well, I've been holding in since the clock came Monday morning. From the end of the week, I'm bound to blow. Breeze walking to the honky-tonk like a pack of wolves now. Order up around the stripes and it's away we go.
How do I look?
You look great, Bobby. It's Wuzzup time. I'm Larry Sidelinger. He is the mayor of the mills, Bobby Whear. We got TV Toby on the floor. We got Haven and CJ behind the camera. CJ running the switcher today, Bobby. There's not much in the paper today, I didn't think.
Well, my favorite thing is
You're really into that leaf there with the water droplet?
Well, I'm just psyched that Morris Farm's going to stay as a, just kind of a
They
thing
need
for
some
the
help
public.
there, yeah.
Maine Farmland Trust. I don't know if that was a surprise or.
It wasn't a surprise to me because I knew that they were really struggling over there. They never came back from COVID. They lost a lot of money in COVID, closed down, and I think they were on thin ice anyway.
Yeah. Well, they had an open house, and Maine Farmland Trust made the announcement at the open house, and that's a great thing.
That's a good thing.
I'm very happy about that.
So where is this tabletop gaming place in Damascotta? It must be up around the YMCA somewhere?
Well, it's 464 Main Street.
Well, the bank is 600, so maybe it's not that far up.
Well, anyway, I hope he's got a game that puts out maps so we know where he is. But anyway, guy's been collecting games. It's a dream of his for 10 years. But anyway, I just referred somebody to you, bud. I just sent somebody up there who's got a bunch of bored children and a cottage on Damascotta Lake.
Speaking of boredom, could there be any more people on Damascotta Main Streets in the last 2 days? We've had cloudy, rainy. We needed the rain badly.
Right.
Getting through Main Street just to go through town is just a lesson in frustration.
Thank God for back ways.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God. I'm not going to mention any roads.
Yeah, well, I cut through the back way the other day there thinking that, and there was a big delivery truck right in the middle. You couldn't get around him one way or the other.
Yeah.
He just stopped.
Well, I had to pick somebody up at the airport, so I had to go through Alna, Sheepskin Village and all that.
Did you go to Portland Boy or Pownell or something?
Do you think, what kind of a secret that is now? It's no secret.
No secret.
There was like 12 cars in front of me, out-of-state plates, because they all got the computer now.
Oh, yeah.
So they can.
The Gardner Bridge has been closed one way, so you can't come across from Gardner into Randolph. Mm-hmm. Well, my wife works in Randolph, so she can go across the Gardner Bridge in the morning. Yeah. In the afternoon, and it's been like that for 3 or 4 weeks, and in the afternoon she goes down through Richmond. Well, 3 weeks ago when she first started, she said, what a lovely drive. There's no traffic. She says it's bumper to bumper now coming through there. Okay. Everybody's figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's Sarah Plummer. She's down on the water doing her thing there. We had Sarah in the studio here a while ago.
Yep.
Yeah, well, she's into yoga.
She's got her mini triathlon coming up.
Yeah, I guess so, something like that.
Yeah, and then what'd you make of this firearm discharge ordinance over there in Wisconsin? There's some neighbors, I guess, it sounds like they might be duck hunting, so anyway, they don't want hunting there, and the selectmen don't want to get into it because
they
that's
just
a state law.
Yeah, the selectmen said, we don't want any part of this.
Yeah, they don't.
But speaking of selectmen, let's just talk a second about Damascotta.
Yeah.
We gave away a contract last night for $455,000 for year one to plow snow.
Okay.
That's $130,000 more per year than what Hager was. Yeah. That figures out to $750 a day over that 6-month period.
Whether it snows or not.
Whether it snows or not. I had a very animated discussion with one of the selectmen yesterday, and I they're in a tough situation. They didn't have a lot of people bid on it. But the take still is, and I know it's the cow is out of the barn, the horse is out of the barn now. Never should have let the relationship go get as bad as it got with Hager Enterprises.
Yeah.
The contentiousness between the town managers and the select board. It never should have got to because that's not in the best interest of the taxpayers. When we're paying $500,000 in year 3, it's $495,000, I believe. $500,000 to do the roads in Damascotta. 23 miles of road, Bobby.
Yeah.
That is
You
crazy.
know, it just goes to show you can't let personal relationships
Absolutely
interfere with town. It happened here. It happened in Somerville.
It happens in Westport Island.
Yeah.
It happened. I mean, it happened. And who pays? The taxpayer winds up paying.
And it all seems to be, a lot of it's highway stuff.
A lot of it's highway
road
stuff.
maintenance.
And it's difficult. In my discussion yesterday with one of the selectmen was, I sympathize a little bit because they're trying to oversee projects that they really don't have any expertise in. You know, there's nobody on the board that comes from a construction background. And that's difficult. Just like I here at LCTV, I don't have the background in technology to do what we do in TV and why we struggle so. But
So we
thankfully,
have to hire young people.
that's why I've been very blessed. The people that have come to work here and made LCTV what it is. But it's a very difficult situation, and the taxpayer just to plow snow, it's going to cost every taxpayer in Damascotta $60 more.
Yeah.
It's gone from $140 a year to $200 a year more per person to plow.
Well, we've talked in the past about a company needed 22, 25 people on the street when it snows.
Well, not quite that many, I don't think, Bobby, but Hager's used to have between 12 and 15 on
the street.
And they awarded the contract last night, and I looked at the contract, 4 to 5 people is what the new contractor is going to try to plow it with.
They're going to work them to death.
Not going to happen. Not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, and not going to get the same service, so now we're going to have less service for more money, Bobby. How does that work?
Yeah.
Huh? Could you rent your bed and breakfast for more money for half a bed?
Right. Well, what's
No sheets.
What's going to end up happening is the store owners are going to end up shoveling their own sidewalks.
That's exactly.
You know it's going to happen. It's going to. I mean, because they need to get people in their building.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
They're not going to wait around.
You know, and we've talked. We did have it was a good conversation because we talked about this back parking lot coming up, and how many. There's 130 odd spaces in the back parking lot, somewhere in that neighborhood, and how many of those spaces are occupied by employees?
Yeah.
Not necessarily customers, but employees.
Yeah.
It's like over 2/3.
Yeah.
According to the selectmen,
I
it was
know
over
business.
2/3.
I know businesses in town that are now trying to prepare for this.
Yeah, they ought to be.
And they're searching for parking spots for their employees.
Yeah, and
And paying.
Well, yeah, they have to.
They're going to have
They
to
have
pay.
to, you know, and in the crux of this conversation we had there yesterday was, you know, if you was going to Portland to find a parking place, if you can find a parking place downtown Portland within 10 or 15 minute walk of where you really want it, your destination one, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
In Damascotta, people are offended that they have to walk 10 minutes to
Right.
get to a store.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and employees will be the same way. You know, so I don't know, Bobby. It's not an easy situation,
Yeah.
but boy, it's going to be expensive.
In case you're wondering, folks, we do have a paper. In
We
front
do.
of us.
Yeah, don't get me started.
Yeah.
Get
So
me on the
anyway,
radio.
don't get them started. But the Pioneer Motel. I mean, we saw that coming.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
They've been doing long-term rentals there for quite a while. You know, but now there were some health issues, and you know the owners, Chantel Savi and her father, Jim Savi, they're just saying forget the licenses. They'll
Yeah.
just go long-term.
Yeah, they just-
if the town's going to let them, you know.
Yeah, and Lord knows the area needs long-term
Oh
rentals.
yeah. We know that.
Yeah.
So Bristol's they're gonna go with.
They're going to go without a comp plan.
Yeah.
And I suggest Damascotta try to do the same thing because these comp plans come in and they vote on them, and the next thing you know, you're not only repairing a road or building a new road, you're also building a sidewalk, you're also building a bike trail, you're also a hiking trail. There's all kinds of stuff that
Well,
goes
when
with
the
it.
folks in Bristol, fact is, when the folks in Bristol read this, there's going to be some upset people.
Yeah.
You know, as far as they're concerned, they're seeing this and they're seeing no protection. as far as change. So anyway, and then we got that there was a murder a while back in Cushing. They're not saying how he died, but anyway.
Well, this is part of that standoff that happened up in Augusta last week.
Right.
That one of these guys that
Correct.
locked himself in the car. And,
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So they Kyle McDougal died, a Waldoboro guy, and so that was.
Chances are
going
drugs
on.
were involved, Bobby. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to speculate, but
Yeah.
yeah. So we've covered the front page, Bob.
I think so.
Yeah, it took 10 minutes. So what
Yeah.
the heck? Yeah, we got that underway here. Jimmy Hall, he got a nice award there, huh? Spirit of America
Yeah.
award.
Yep.
Yeah.
How long has he been a fireman?
Oh gosh, long time.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been the assistant fire chief for like 15 years,
Yeah.
something like that.
He's probably been kicking around there for 40 years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And this fella, Charlie Stewart, who's become a real estate
he
agent,
did some work here.
he did. He's a pretty accomplished filmmaker. I
Yes,
mean,
he
he
is.
worked for the big boys. He
Yeah.
worked for 60 Minutes and ESPN, and he's
Right.
done, I think he said over 60 documentaries. And boy, he knows the film business. Nice guy.
Do you think this is Newcastle's lowering their mill rate? Do you think it's a typo?
No, but what they're saying here is your
No.
mill rate's going down.
There's a little trick here.
There is, but your valuations are going up.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
so some people are going to pay more.
Yeah, and so they're adding a $50 transient seller and lunch wagon licensing fee.
Yeah.
Anyway, you should have to pay something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as we know, there's more lunch wagons opening up than there is restaurants.
Well, it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make more money, Bobby, for half the expense.
New Hope Midcoast, they got a grant from the John T. Gorman Foundation. 79 grants were put out there for $1.5 million. And so it's for secure housing. So if a person's in trouble, they're in a bad situation, they're going to be able to hopefully get some secure housing and safe housing for them. But,
Yeah, we'll see. Did you know, I didn't know anything about this Alex Taylor and Gavin Clark, two young
No.
fellas that both have passed away.
They were best friends.
Yeah?
They both passed away within a year of each other or so.
Yeah.
And anyway.
You didn't know anything about them? No, I didn't know either.
I didn't. So,
They're going to have a summer fest over in Wiscasset.
yep. And the Castle Bay, boy, they're out and about. Castle Bay, they're all over the place
We just
lately.
did a story, and it's going to run next week down to Little Brown Church, and they used to
Yeah,
play
right.
down there.
Yep.
What a beautiful little church that is
that
inside
is.
there.
Yeah,
Really
they have a
nice.
music series down there.
That's what we did. We were talking
Yeah.
about that with Jackie Rudy and the Five Wild Orchids, or what, I can't even remember what the name of that band was. But my guys behind that you can edit that out,
Yeah.
guys.
So Troop 213, they're out of, I think they're Newcastle Troop, but they went on a road trip. They're down at Camp Hines. That's in Raymond, Maine. And I think that's, they're pretty active Boy Scout troop. So,
Yeah. Yeah, we can turn the page on that one. We've got two down.
turn the
We're
page.
going to have an art walk. Summer fun downtown
Yeah.
and beyond.
How about, this is big news. the Ponte String Quartet got a new member.
New violinist, huh?
Let's see, who was it? The guy that left, Ferdinand Devo Leva. He was one of the founding members, but he's
Yeah.
still involved. He's still going to do the
Yeah.
business.
The new one is, what's his name? Flip Elsner.
Yep, and he's a violinist. So, anyway, and there,
He's a young fella.
yeah,
huh?
and folks,
He looks like a violinist with the
yeah,
glasses.
Yeah, he
Very
fits,
clean cut.
He fits the bill, and so anyway, you can go on the DePonteQuartet.org. They've got a few concerts going on. They
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah. In the Waldoboro, this Brian Schwartz is going to do a story on Joshua Chamberlain.
Yeah.
We're going to film that. That'll be on next Sunday night
Yeah.
at LCTV at 7 o'clock.
Yep, we got Waldoboro Voices this week is about Bob Butler. Bob Butler has been a selectman in Waldoboro for quite a while
quite a
now.
while, yeah.
But according to the article, he he lost like 3 or 4 times trying to run for selectman, but he started going to the meetings when he first moved to town.
He learned. He educated himself about the town.
He did,
and he's a very capable,
active.
Very
He's
capable,
very
very
active.
active
He's
guy.
in a lot of different. But his big thing is transfer station.
Yeah.
He's very active in making that dump over there in Waldeboro very efficient. So, anyway, the on the blasting ordinance, I tell you, it's still going on. They can't seem to get what they want. They got a whole slew of committee members over there who are very familiar with gravel pits.
Yeah.
And
But they say they're gaining.
yeah.
They're gaining.
Yeah.
At least they're kind of all talking about the same story anyway.
Yep.
That's a lot better than they were doing.
Well, they've got, of course, it has to do a lot of it with Crooker's Pit over there.
Oh, yeah.
But remember, Crooker's business is on the board.
Is on the board and at the meetings all the time.
Yeah,
So good for them. They're going to reevaluate their mill rate. They've got a deal going on there.
Yep, and Edgecombe has made it official. They have hired fire chief is Roy Potter, $63,000 a year.
And don't be
62.
surprised, folks, that if Damascott or Newcastle don't have to do something, because there was a big thing last night in the meeting about the fire department and all the new OSHA rules and regulations.
Yeah, they're
the
killing
fire
them.
department. They're killing it. They're killing. The federal government is killing these volunteer fire departments with all these new regs and regulations. It's just crazy, crazy. My hat goes out to the firemen to try to make this work, but
Yeah.
I don't think, when you burden people down with administration, that's what happened to me in the truck driving
Yep,
business,
yep.
Bobby. There was so much administration you couldn't do what you needed to do. Did we turn the page on this one yet?
Well, I know you mentioned that art walk is very busy over there.
Yeah.
They got a lot of stuff going on over there in Waldeboro.
4th, 5th Fridays of each month through October.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically the last Friday of the month. And the editorial this month is they're going to talk about politics, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, so there was a letter here. Let's see, Liliana Thielen.
Boy, she didn't like this guy.
She doesn't like this
Brennan.
guy.
She doesn't like Brennan at all. And I don't know if what she's saying is accurate or not, but I'm going to assume that it might be.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, this guy has a pretty checkered past.
Yeah. So anyway, I mentioned last week to you, if you want to get involved in the Tapestry Singers, you can go over there and sing a couple notes, and maybe they'll let you in, maybe they won't.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we can turn the page again on this one. Maine Community Foundation.
That's a Bob Seger song, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yep.
So anyway, Edgecombe, they're ramping up for their 250th celebration. So anyway, their special service honoring the 250th anniversary was held at the Edgecombe Community Church.
Maine Community Foundation, $137,000 in grants. We got one of their grants last year. We couldn't apply this year, but
Yep.
boy, it came in handy.
Yep.
Sure helped with making this thing go here.
So anyway, Les Fossil and his crew, they installed horse tie rails over at the Alden Meeting House.
Yeah.
So makes it more authentic.
Speaking of old houses, I came by the Kavanaugh Mansion up by your place the other day. They started to take some of that.
It's starting to see
what they've
some
done.
progress.
Yeah.
I mean, we know they've done a lot there,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's starting to show a little bit.
They must put all new windows in that place
Oh,
or
yeah.
something. Yeah, crazy.
I can't even tell you. But anyway, the CLCY, our fantastic YMCA, they're joining the USDA food program. So anyway, I don't know if that's good or bad.
I don't know either.
I mean, they got their own stuff going on.
They sure do.
So
I see a gal, Casey from the YMCA, Casey and the soccer coach, I can't remember what her name is. Anyway, they're out in Detroit to a big function out there, YMCA function out
yeah?
there. Yeah.
got an August hike up in the Montville area. It's up on Route 3.
You going up there, are you?
No, I'm not going up. But
I'm not
anyway, there's going to be a walk up there. It's going to be, it's called the Sea Trail, land in Montville and Freedom and Knox and Liberty. It's going to start in Montville at 10 a.m. There'll be a naturalist, and so anyway,
God.
that's the start of the Sheepscot River. Is up there.
This Mitchell Award, the Lincoln County students got it.
Isn't that
Every
something?
high school in the state of Maine gets a $10,000 Mitchell
I know,
Award.
it's unbelievable.
It's crazy. And you know how he got that money? That money came from his campaign that he didn't when he didn't run anymore.
Yeah.
He had that money left over and then reinvested it.
Yeah.
And now it's just self-perpetuating. It's
Yeah, so you got a Lincoln County High School graduates are the beneficiaries. Nice.
184 recipients. Boy, what a crazy, almost $200,000. Crazy, great thing. Yeah. You know anybody in the obituaries this week?
No. There are.
No. Tony Giro, I think I remember him because I used to buy clams from him back in the 80s.
Yeah.
So that'd be the only one.
I did know
and
Sean.
I did know Dickie Baker.
And I did know Sean Hickey. And
Yeah.
Sean, that was tragedy. And
Yeah.
I know Bill Williamson. He was the computer guy. That was his nickname. He said,
The computer guy?
Yeah. Oh, he could fix any computer.
Yeah. Well, 100 Midcoast businesses participating in Finding Our Voices June-July Festival.
Yeah, so the Harborside Cafe down there, right before you cross the bridge to go in South Bristol on Rutherford Island, Callan and Bill DeMoss, they
We ought to go down and do a Wuzzup down there.
yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, they're nice people.
Yeah, do it like in September when it quiets down a little bit.
They've pecked away at that property down there, and now they have it set up. They got beer and wine. They got draft beer. You know, nice little hangout for the people in South Bristol after Coastside closes.
Okay, Bobby, where is that? There's the storefront of the Mystical Market. Where is that? Where's the rum line? Where is that business in town?
Well, maybe it's in the Subway building. Is that
No,
possible?
don't think so. No, don't think so.
Huh.
I don't know, Bobby. Isn't that awful?
Well, they're ramping up for that car show. It's August 10th down there at Old Bristol Days. It's going to be in the Harbor Room
If you like
parking lot.
vintage cars, that's the place to be.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's the place to go.
Now that my truck will make it to Bristol, I think I might take my truck down there.
There you go.
I'll win an award for the Rust Bucket Award.
Yeah.
They have such a trophy.
Yeah, we got to see if we get our man Dave to go down and with his little handheld camera there and take some pictures.
So we got tonight, folks. Right now is the last Beano game. If you haven't left for Round Pond yet, you're not going to make it. It's
you can get the last call 8:30.
Yeah, right. Washington Schoolhouse. Last Beano game of the summer is tonight.
Geez, I didn't think summer was over that quick, Bobby.
Right.
We're only in July.
As far as Beano,
It'll be 90 Monday.
As far as Beano people,
Yes, you are.
Beano people think it's over.
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
So there's a nice talk going to be. Mark Allen Leslie's going to give a talk about the Underground Railroad, about scores of runaway slaves on their way to freedom. So the Bristol Fun Fair is going to be at the Congregational Church. Probably been going on for years. And we got a book sale at Rutherford Library. And how about Lincoln County wins the Maine Little League Championship?
Well, now they won the
opener.
They won the opener.
Yep, and they got to play in. I saw it here somewhere. They're going to be.
Well, now I know a player
They're
on
playing
this team.
Portland.
Player on this team, and his dad is one of the coaches.
Yeah.
They're scheduled a family trip to Alaska, and it's right in the middle of this baseball tournament. So there's some problems there.
Oh no.
If I'm 11, 12 years old, I want to play baseball. Heck with Alaska.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Ultimate Frisbee. Ultimate Frisbee, it's up and down, but I guess it's very popular right now in Booth Bay. They play in Clifton Park. I think they play regular.
It's kind of like a game of keep away, I think.
Exactly. Midcoast, they got knocked out in the 13 under Babe Ruth, the New England Championship.
Yeah.
And what's going on at the racetrack?
They got knocked out all right, 15-zip.
Yeah.
they got thumped. The racetrack's been busy over there. They've had good crowds.
Yeah, folks, Saturday nights, I'll tell you, this Saturday is supposed to be a beautiful night.
And we've got another next week. We're filming another Vintage Races Roundtable,
Yep.
which will be on, and that's going to be a bunch of ladies
Yeah.
that were race car drivers.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
So how about the Midcoast Conservancy? They had a fundraising dinner over at the Inn Along the Way. They raised $100,000.
Yep.
Yep, so people want to
That's
keep
amazing.
things.
250 guests. Well, the Lanarka Festival, which is coming up here a week from Friday. I think it's a week. Yeah, it is. A week from Friday down to Schooner.
Yeah, so that's all Lincoln Academy alumni
Yep.
that are into music.
Yep.
And Corey Radona kind of runs the show
He
with
kind of
that.
puts it together, yeah.
Yep, and,
And we're planning on being down there to film it. And still looking for some sponsorship to help do that. If anybody wants to kick in a few bucks, we could certainly use it to help pay the staff with being down there.
we had 25 artists down at the Pemaquid Point to, it's called Paint the Point, and it was held on July 20th. But anyway, probably 25 fantastic artists down there painting the point.
Painting the point. We suppose they painted on it. Well,
Well,
I can tell you right now, Bobby, the specials this week at Hannaford aren't great.
No?
No, top round steak, boneless chicken breast, doesn't even excite me at all.
But how about Jake
Have to go
Abbott?
to the local. Jakey got himself a, where's he going? He got a new
He
gig.
doesn't mention.
Didn't say.
He doesn't mention, but he's been at Lincoln Academy. I know Jake, worked with Jake on a few projects.
Yeah.
17 years he's been up at Lincoln Academy.
And my friend there, Sam Melhorn.
Yep.
Yeah, she is my stepdaughter Stacy's best friend. She's a great gal. She works there at Damascotta Healthy Kids.
Yep, August 15th, folks. If you live on Damascotta Lake, I went last year up at Wavis. Midcoast Conservancy holds a they hold a lecture out there about the state of Damascotta Lake, which is great. They only focus on Damascotta
Well, you
Lake.
live on it, so yeah.
So if you live on it, you might want to attend that. That's August 15th. That's up at Wavis Camp, and anyway.
All the schools listed
Yeah.
on the National Register of Historic Places.
Right.
I don't even know where the Alna School, the village school at Puddledock and all that.
Well, you go up when 194 starts, you take a left, and I think it's right
there? Huh.
Or it might be a right. It's right there. It's right over by the post office.
Yeah. We
Right
talked
near-
about the little brown church. Judge
Yeah.
Caswell's going to be down there in 2 weeks.
Judge's good.
Judge good. Yeah, he's good. That about wraps it up, Bobby. A bunch of stuff if you're interested in the arts, whatnot going on. Maine Attorney General, he's going to talk to the Democratic lobster bait.
How about the South Bristol School? They know how to make money. They're going
They do.
to try to raise money selling lobster rolls.
There they are.
Yeah. So, tent sale, beautiful.
All good stuff.
That's going to be on August 3rd, folks.
Yeah. So that's about wraps it up this week from What's Up. Bobby, what do you got planned for the weekend? You got a lot of guests
Well,
in?
I got my boat, folks. If you want to come up and see a museum piece boat,
You got your boat already?
all ready to go.
Can you
I
still
want,
get
to
under
thank, I want to thank my friend Ben for the work.
after this rain this week? Can you still get under the bridge?
I don't know. That's, you know.
Folks, we thank you for watching this week's version of What's Up. Toby says good night. We'll see you next time. Mayor of the Mills, Bob Whear, Larry Sidelinger. We got CJ and Toby behind. CJ and Haven behind the camera. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Oh, yeah. Chase Tree and Tractor Service with 25 years of experience in tree removal. Serving the mid-coast of Maine, licensed and insured Maine arborist. Whether it's a pesky blowdown or a hard-to-get tree that needs removal. When you need an experienced professional, Jake Chase is the man for the job. Call 207-242-8961 or email him at chasetreeandtractorservice.jc@gmail.com.